Go ahead, break it down, you die. This is Lil Nas X, the sodomite cat, right?
Yeah, kind of a concert. Lil Nas X came to the VMAs, the Video Music Awards. You know what I mean? And if I may, sir, with a good night. With a purple dress.
What color is that? Hold on.
Purple, wet Jerry curl.
I wonder why would he pick that color?
Never to call you, and it's all right.
Why is it the sodomites always pick that color?
Purple rain.
Probably
Purple
correct.
rain.
Right.
Go ahead, you guys. So this is the Video Music Awards, and it happened last night. Is that right?
Kind of Wakan too. If I may,
Okay.
sir, which is hilarious. I don't know if we can play the video, but Lil Nas X was asking the sister, "Don't I look great? Don't I look fabulous?" And the sister was hardcore. She was like, "Well, I don't really want to comment on that."
Good. That was good. Give her a hand. Yeah. Got a little integrity. So this is how he dressed to the music awards. There you go. And that's the story, I'm assuming. Right. So that's it, sir. This is the brother.
Yeah.
He pretends to be a woman to shock everyone because he always makes the news whenever he dresses up like a woman. We have another picture of him pretending to be pregnant, right? Let's play that. This is another thing he did like a week ago where his whole gimmick is just to shock people with homosexuality. Yeah. And that's what he does in lieu of having talent.
God.
Now that's similar to Candace Owens and the rest of them too. Candace Owens just gets paid to shock black people with her racism against black people. And
That's
so
right.
She picks it up, and that's how she makes her money. I researched her. Before 2015, she was a Democrat and was against Republicans, calling them a kooky and kooky Republicans. Then Donald Trump started to run for the White House. She started making posts against people who were sending her hate mail, and she started to cut Democrats, and she got super popular.
And which is once again, like we look at those people. If I could, General, we look at people like Candace Owens and Larry Elder, like these are successful people, leaders that we should look at. When once again, you just exposed how Candace Owens is a horrible human being, how she will sway her entire political position towards black people simply for $1. Like that's almost as bad as being a prostitute on the corner. It's horrible. And it shows you that many of these people that we look at as great and amazing are nothing more but lowly, disgusting people. Yediah, if you could, give me the scripture in Ezekiel where the Lord said, go through the city for them to sigh and cry. Because what I want to bring out, if I could, generals, if I could add something to this story with this brother right here. The picture, and this is so sad that we don't see. The picture of him, can you go back to the other picture for a second with him in the purple? Just for illustration purposes. Because what black, and this is what black men should be deeply offended by. And not only deeply offended by, like this brother right here should not only we should be offended by, but this should unify us for our very survival. What do I mean by that? There was another extremely successful black entertainer that wore purple also. He wasn't that long ago. He also died from a fentanyl overdose. And who am I talking about? Prince. Prince wore the purple. They did a whole movie of him wearing the purple. And and of course, he was also portrayed like a homosexual. There was another one before him that reached the height, or about his same time, that reached the super height of entertainment, who also dressed up as a drag queen. That was Michael Jackson. There you go. He's also wearing the purple. Michael Jackson was another one. There was one even before him who they dressed up in the British outfit and had him wear colors like purple and dressed very similar to this brother. That was Eddie Kendricks. And not only them, there's a whole lot of other ones as well.
Little Richard,
that the water. He was probably the predecessor of all of them.
Yeah.
And this should make black men very upset in this respect. in you know, not shocked by it, because of course they like us to be shocked by it, but not shocked by it. But a black man should see these brothers and know that there are millions and millions of dollars being put behind taking the spirit of black men away from them. There you go. That's the perfect example. This cat here looks like something you put in a damn horror movie. Like you, like
chase you down a dark alley.
like I grew up in the projects. If this cat here walked in my bedroom after 9, I would have killed him. I'd have put him to death, because this cat here looks like a monster. Huh? Like they made this brother up like a monster to satisfy these Edomites. And and then here's the question is not asked. What actually is going on here with this brother? You can go back to him again. The one that was just at the awards and showing himself pregnant. What is actually going on here? What's actually going on here is that white America is telling black America, this is your position as a black man in this empire. And those of you that are naive, you believe, well, that's just his choice. Or you believe that that's on him. That ain't going to be you. It may not be you, but you can best believe that millions of dollars are being spent to make your son him, to make him be the standard of what a black person should be. It went on for generations. It's gone on. Mirage just put the pictures in showing the generations that went on, trying to make this the image that a black man should become. That the image of a black man being masculine and strong and dominating is not the image that the empire wants. But the empire wants this image. This is how you be loved. There go the purple again. This is the image that is beloved. You understand? And that's why they got a purple Israelite group out, because that's what they want. They want a purple image, a purple gay image, to be the image that you respect and love. And this should unify black men to come up against it, man. And is it biblical, what I'm saying? It's very biblical. Yediah, go ahead and read it for me.
Kana Wakan, sir. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, and verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem.
Like the Lord sent a prophet, and this is how he said to go get this straightened out. Go ahead.
Kana Wakan, sir. And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Like that's how you stop this. You stop this by black men coming together and saying to themselves, when they say to put a mark on them, meaning educate them in this. Damn, here go another one. That's the same little Richard. Like that mark is you being educated with the knowledge of the truth. You being marked with the identity of righteousness, man. You know what I mean? You being set apart as the people of righteousness, man. And he said to set that mark on them, make them something distinct, something separate. And that's what black men are supposed to be, man. They're supposed to see this and say, yo, we must come together and not allow them to turn us into this, to decide to make us something that we're not. Read a little bit more, Yediah, please.
Kana Wakan, sir. Verse 5. And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite.
Right. And listen, and the brother put up a good point. He said this is from the 50s. This is from the 50s, huh? They've been trying to put this homosexual spirit in black men. They've been trying to take homosexual, and right now everybody knows Hollywood is saturated with homosexuals and lesbians. It's saturated. Almost not everyone, but almost every black actor in Hollywood is a homosexual. Almost every single one. And the same with the women too. You understand? You know what I mean? Like this, and this leads right up into the other brother that died, who was also a homosexual. The brother that played in The Wire. And if I could,
so this is Luther Vandross. He died of AIDS too, I believe.
Right, and they said Luther Vandross was a notorious homosexual. Luther Vandross was all them songs you listening to were homosexual. I gotta bust your bubble. Earth, Wind, and Fire is a homosexual band. So lock you. Listen, one of the members, there's a interview of one of the members of Earth, Wind, and Fire. There is a song, I don't remember the song, but there's a song that Earth, Wind, and Fire made back in the 70s and 80s, or somewhere around that time, that became famous in weddings. It became like you got certain wedding songs that black people play. Mm-hmm. Well, this song from Earth, Wind, and Fire became a wedding song. And he said that when they were interviewing him, he said that he was horrified when he saw that the song had become popular in weddings. He said because they obviously didn't understand that this song was not about a man and a woman coming together, but was about a homosexual encounter of them coming together. Like we thought that they was just cool back then. And this was homosexuality in its height and so harmful. Not only him, what's the other one that was around Luther Vandross's time? Freddie Jackson. He was another one that was notorious in that world for being that way. You understand? That world is filled with it. And once again, that's what this world wants. Like this world is built by Satan and built by demons, and that black people are caught up into, and that the churches are caught up into. It wants Michael Jackson. It wants Prince. It wants Little Nas X. It wants that. And if you young and up and coming in this society, if you young and you on the scene and you checking out music, you should be getting a little history so that you're not, one, blinded to it, and two, you should be the generation that says, you know what, you might have pushed that on all our previous generations, but we're not going for that now. You should be like our young soldiers should be in the spirit of, we're not going for that now. We got the internet now. We don't have to listen to that bullshit no more. Excuse my French. Here he going in the purple. Another one. Boy, they like that purple. Like he was another one. He was a notorious gay man, and women loved him. Loved him. You know who was another one? It was harder to notice. The brother that lost his rod on the highway over in Philadelphia. He was coming down the highway with a famous basketball player's wife in his car, and he was having oral sex while coming on the Lincoln Drive by a man, and got excited and crashed the car and lost his rod and got paralyzed. Y'all know his name. He got
Pendergrass.
Is that it was Teddy, right? You got what I want. That was not a woman. The woman didn't have what he wanted. Salaki. You understand? He okay, but women loved him, man. Women loved him. And meanwhile, he wanted a man. Like tons of them songs out there, tons of those love songs are really written to men. You understand? But women loved them because they could imagine it being sent written to them. He was, that's him there, right? In the purple. Mariah, you good tonight, boy. You on time. Like this cat, man, was one of the hardest cats. I remember riding in my hoopty listening to this cat. You got what I want. He wanted a man. Like this is, and once again, this to a people, this is a horrible thing. One, because you're gonna anger the Lord and get put to death for it. You're gonna see. You think you can stand against the Most High? He's bringing the coronavirus down, man. You think that you can stand against him? Like you've been praying to him and wanting him to come out and disrespecting the Bible and looking at it like it was nothing. Now he gonna come out and show you him. And you're gonna be like those brothers and sisters that was in the wilderness who said, we don't want to hear what y'all got to say. We'll talk to God ourselves, like you Negroes do in the church. We don't got to listen to you. You can't judge me. I talk to God. I got my own personal relationship with God. I don't got to listen to you. I can talk to God for myself. Well, guess what? God is coming and talking to you now. Now he's talking to you with the coronavirus, and he's killing your family members and your friends and your neighbors. And now is the time to rethink about it. That's why I say, if you're a young soldier or a young sister out there, you don't got to believe this. I be feeling so sorry for you sisters and you brothers who sit up there and turn on to TV and the internet, and you believe whatever garbage they shovel down to you. You can make your own decisions. Like, you don't have to say, I got to accept a lifestyle that's anti-God and that is basically destroying the black family. Between abortion and homosexuality and lesbianism, the black family, which is the absolute strongest structure of raising black people, which is why God gave us that structure, that's being destroyed. And because it's being destroyed, you are being destroyed. You're on drugs. Your family members dying from the coronavirus. You being shot at. You being locked up in prison. You have no self-sustaining economy because you got to go to the slave master for every job. These things are happening because we've been propagandized against, and we haven't said to ourselves, whoa, we don't got to listen to all this new nonsense. We can go and listen to something real. I don't believe this guy is gay, though. I know he had on the purple. I think he was. Don't tell me. Come on, y'all gonna break my heart.
Eddie Murphy was arrested in the 90s.
Oh yes, you right.
Sexual.
You right.
NYC.
You right.
He's explaining it to an interviewer. He picked up a transsexual and he got arrested for buying a male prostitute.
Listen,
he was
you
interviewed
right.
about it, and I'm sure Mariah can have it for you in a second.
Listen, you know what? You right. I stand corrected. Eddie.
And I think they say he was liking them big West Indian feet.
Yeah.
Damn.
He said he had a foot fetish for giant male feet.
Good Lord, have mercy.
And it's all in the video where the man said, he said, hey, take off your shoe. I think I saw a spider go down in your shoe. And he kept on the man's shoes. Let me give you one more heartbreaker.
Go ahead. Damn.
Richard Pryor. Mariah has another video of Richard Pryor saying that he performed oral sex on a man. That's on the video. But Eddie Murphy got arrested, so his is even more concrete.
And if I
the man, go ahead.
Salaki, General. And if I could, that's more proof of how horrible both Hollywood is and the brothers who are put up above us. How destroyed you must be. Like these actors and actresses and entertainers, they die in the drugs every day because living that alternative lifestyle is actually killing them, man. It's destroying their life. Pull up the picture of the brother from The Wire. He just died this week. If you could, Murrah. He
got on my gun.
What I miss, Salakia.
They said Mr. C. Mr. C is like a famous rapper from New York. He was caught with a transsexual just like Eddie Murphy.
And I think he was caught a couple of times. He said, and I think he halfway admitted that he was that way.
He 100% admitted it.
That's right. They said Africa Bambaataa.
Oh, forget about it. Africa Bambaataa, child molester.
Right. Led the whole Zulu nation in the 70s. The whole Zulu nation was being led by a man that didn't like women. Like, once again, we destroy ourselves because of the poison of this empire, and we should turn away from it, man. Okay, you know, man, you holding something for me, you die?
Will Smith.
I'm sorry, did we read that?
Movie 6 Degrees of Separation.
Yeah.
That's right.
Will Smith was spread eagle.
Damn.
Yeah. Come on.
Like that takes a piece of your soul away from you, man. Yeah, there you go. He died of that same fentanyl that Prince died from, And so many of them died from, because that's a conflicted lifestyle, man. That's a conflicted lifestyle. And again, most black male homosexuals have been molested or raped. Some of them have suffered the full-fledged rape, which is a nightmare for black people. But yet we're told that we should embrace that lifestyle, that we should, that they have rights and should be, embraced with love, when it is one of the most destructive things you could ever do to a black man. To molest him and to draw him into an alternative lifestyle is one of the most horrible things. And the thing is, because the empire loves it, it's like you can't stand up against it, which is why God called for real prophets, man, real men of strength, man, real men that will say whatever has to be said, regardless of what anybody thinks, because the only way that these nightmares stop is when there are enough brothers that stand up and say, you know what, that's not the life we're going to live. And you're not going to do these things to our brothers and sisters and draw them into such a horrible life and have them on drugs. This brother, Richard Pryor, made millions and millions of dollars, man, and smoked it all up, and then turned on a TV and watched an Asian or Southeast Asian burn himself up in protest, and he went and poured the liquor on himself and lit himself on fire to follow the cat he saw on the TV set, and almost burnt himself he almost killed himself in that fire. Go ahead, Mariah.
Go ahead, Mariah. You can play.
You able to catch the point?
Sir, but it's only 2 minutes.
No, never fuck a faggot. No, I like to say this on film, because to all American male persons, never fuck a faggot, because they will lie. They always say, "Come on, Cal." They lie. They can't wait till you finish fucking them. Well, guess who was here, honey?
You can stop it right there. You can stop it right there. Just to make sure we don't infringe on the copyright. He admitted it right there. He admitted it right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what's happened to us in this place, man. That's what's happened to us in this place. And meanwhile, they put Little Nas X up one more time. They parade this cat up in front of you, and everybody's supposed to cheer and laugh and be happy. And if you're not, you're homophobic. But what about the nightmare that pushing this on us has brought forth? What about the nightmare? What about all the horror story? Richard Pryor tried to kill himself. You understand? Tons of other black men drunk themselves or smoked themselves or cracked themselves to death because of the molestation and the madness that they have gone through, man. And Edomites even talk about it. Edomites be talking about it in Hollywood as well. We could change all this, man. If we come back to the Most High and follow these 12 lost tribes and follow these these laws, statutes, and commandments, man, we could do something great. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't. Esau like to teach you that this is how life is. This is not how life is. This is how a nightmare is. This is how life is when you're in captivity. This is not how life is going to be when you are in charge and Christ is ruling the world.